Hey, thank you so much for coming to class. I am glad that you are here. So this is a follow-up video, and you are in one of 5 groups that we have. So either you are in um, the Million Dollar Smile Club, you're in our small business cohort, you might be in our 12-week accountability group, you might be in a prosperity scholar, you may be a small business owner, or you may be in our trailblazers group. So one, thank you for being here. There are lots of people who are doing the same things that you are. And this week we are focusing in on what we call elimination week. Now in prosperity mindset, I often call this scrubbing, and you have kind of a first round of scrubbing, and then you have advanced scrubbing. But basically it's elimination week, and it's really to say in this 1 week time period, we're going to kind of start to bin our lives together. And what I mean by that is bin, bin, literally putting things into bins so that we can get more order, and we can start to feel movement. If you see movement in your life, you will feel like doing more of it. So a lot of times at the beginning of elimination week, we will take a picture, either of our email, like how many emails do you really have and how many do you have at the end. So you are going to be doing a before and after in elimination week. It is critical. If you are watching this in a replay, put your picture and your stuff in the chat box. We love to hear that. And or in your group. In elimination week, whatever private group you are in, put it up in that. It is really fulfilling for everyone to watch. So when we are doing this, one of the things that I remind people about is the feng shui model. I like it. Whether you believe in feng shui or not, it's just a simple guide. And it's really the 27 method, right? So in that conversation of feng shui, they're really saying, look, 27 items. If you move 27 items in your home energetically, because 2 plus 9, 2 plus 7 equals 9, and 9 is the number of completion. So that's why it's 27, 2 plus 7. So, but for you, it's a really good daily goal to go, oh, I got to throw 27 things away, or I got to, sort 27 items. If you, or find a home for, or whatever it is. But 27 is a really quick number, so you can kind of know when you are beginning and when you're ending. And you go, oh, okay, boom, done. All right, I've moved forward. And if it means that you're going to just say, look, I'm going to go through 27 old emails, okay, you're still making forward progress. So think about that. When we look at scrubbing, what happens is that as you start magnifying in the way that you are, you start to realize that there's all this stuff behind you that doesn't fit anymore. It's not really for you. And what happens when I start to do this for myself is that as you start taking on classes, you will automatically get a desire to clean up your space. And a lot of times that's in a paper pile. So I would focus on paper first. If you are someone who's been here for a long time, you may be in advanced scrubbing. And that advanced scrubbing is where you really are saying, here's the value and what am I doing? Or that you're batching. Batching is a really good tool for those of you who have done things in a long time, where your desk is kind of in order, but now you have to kind of go, let me focus on this area. So let me look at all of the things in this area and batch something. So that might be a cupboard. That might be saying, look, today we're going to go through just the kitchen cupboards, and we're going to only look for things that we can batch. So a batch item would be to say, let's get rid of everything that's expired. Okay, great. Or let's get rid of everything that's open that we're not going to actually eat. Let's not kid ourselves. Do I want to eat this? No, get rid of it. It's getting out that old energy. So batching is also really helpful when you're doing a closet, to say, let me batch item to go, let me just pull out everything that's out of season. Great way to move it through, right? What season is it? If it's not this season, let me get it out of this closet. So think about what that is. Or I will batch in a different way with a closet, is to say, let me just look at this closet and build 10 outfits that make me feel great. So when you're thinking about elimination week, you get to do it in a lot of fun ways, because every single item that you bring order to will support you. It doesn't matter what it is. Oh, that's the beautiful thing about organization is it adds up. It's so great. So I'm going to give you just some quick tips about the 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 reward. The reward is that if you're feeling a little stale, this will give you what you're stale about because you have you have been conjoining with your stuff, right? We are not our stuff. We are not our stuff. So that's the first thing. You are not your stuff. You are not your stuff. So you have to look at what is your stuff about. And if your stuff is there because it's fun and you love it, then great, do that. But again, it's what are we conjoining with? Sometimes people like start putting stuff on their walls because somebody gave it to me as a gift or this thing or that thing. Decide what you're conjoining with because it if it's not supporting, if you have a bunch of old stuff and you're trying to build new stuff, it might not be the conjoining that you're looking for. So that's why cleaning out your office and redecorating it for a new project is a fabulous idea. Or cleaning out an area so that it feels bright and new will make you feel like building something new. So conjoining, understand what you're conjoining with and giving yourself a space that is moved and has new and fresh feel in it. Um, and something that just even a new way to put things on the wall will make you feel like you have more done. Then another thing that I would look at is the incompletes. A lot of people have a half done pile of stuff. Every writer has so many incompletes. So it's really putting in those incompletes and then deciding how you're going to batch them out later, right? So that's where it's at. Before and afters, definitely take a before and after picture of your rooms, your desks, your inbox, everything that is feeling like it's eligible to be part of Elimination Week, put it in there. So incompletes would be, I have, so like art projects that I'm gathering stuff for, let me put all that I have for that project together, and then I'll box it like that. Or if I have clothes that are incomplete, like this matches nothing, then I'll put that to a side, right? Here are all the incompletes. Here are all the shirts that I have that match nothing else. A lot of times, especially if you were someone who sees something and you are optimistic and you go, oh, I can use that. You have no idea what you're going to use it for, but you'll just come up with something later. I better buy it now. That's me, right? I know this is useful. I'm going to find a way to use it. And then I don't because I'm busy because I have all this other stuff I'm doing. So it's looking at the incompletes. So sometimes it is things that I just picked up along the way. They all go into a bin. Just put them in a bin. These are the incomplete bins. And I write on my bins because it's really easy. If you are a doom bin is where you've taken everything, you've put it into this one bin, and then you've hidden it away so it's cleaner. Yeah, doom bins are amazing. I love doom bins, actually. I like to have like 10 or 20 of them when we're doing a project on Elimination Week because they unearth so much. They unearth like the best stuff. So if you're a doom binner, I would batch that, right? I would just go, look, we're going to take 2 hours and go through my doom bins and organize them out differently by room, right? So the incompletes, the before and afters, name plating. I like name plating because it's just calling out a section. So for me, it's books. So I have books in every room in my house. If you are in the bathroom, if you're whatever, I'm sure that I'm just going to read in every room. Yeah, I don't. But I have books in every room that are all unfinished. So what I'll do is I'll nameplate a box and I'll just go, let me round up all the books in the house or all the magazines I think I'm going to read or all the newspapers or whatever, right? There's so many things that as a reader, oh my gosh, we have books everywhere. So it might be gifts. It also might be images. My images are all over. So I take images everywhere I'm going. That's another place where you can start to nameplate files in your desk to just go, I'm going to spend 30 minutes on photography, organization. One of the easy ways to nameplate is to just go, oh, we have a dog and his name is Nigel. So I just made a folder and just put all my pictures of Nigel in that because he's my favorite thing to take a picture of every day. And you might have a favorite thing to take a picture of every day. So I would start nameplating those files and just going, look, every picture of my mom, every picture of my sister, every picture of my brother, right? Just start putting the pictures of those people into a file. And just so you know, it comes in super handy to just start in your photography images by just putting the people in your life that you see all the time or the things that are important to you into one folder. I also do that with events that I'm doing or, you know, whatever it is, if it's classroom, if I'm taking a picture of a classroom, if I'm looking at concerts, whatever. You want to start name plating. And name plating is really just calling out a section and an action that you're going to do with that. So when you're doing elimination, a lot of times people are asking themselves questions. Does this serve me? Do I want it? And basically, you're going to look at what's the seed, right? What are we trying to build? Why are you cleaning? Because you're trying to build something that you're looking for flow, right? You're trying to uncrimp a path. So focus on the things that allow you to move forward. We're trying to build that. And you have to understand what your reward is. A lot of times we've talked about this before, the 5 R's in obstacles. So if stuff is an obstacle for you, elimination week is a big deal. But remember the 5 R's in any obstacle that we have, right? Or any constraint is we start with the reward. Why are you doing this, right? What's the reward? The reward is that I'm going to sit in a room that feels bright and fresh, right? That feels great. So 1 is the reward. 2 is review. 3 is refine. 4 is resolve. 5 is revisit. So when you start to look at those 5, it is always looking at the obstacle or the constraints that we have. And we start with the reward. What's the benefit going to be if I get this task done, right? Elimination week. What's your benefit? And so when you start with that, it's much easier to go. The benefit is I'm going to have a kitchen I can cook in. Or the benefit is that I'm going to have clothes that I actually like to wear. Or the benefit is I'm going to know where all my earrings are, right? What's the benefit? What's the reward for you? 2 is review, is to really just look at all of the things that are around what you're doing in that. And where I would look at in review is the conjoining, right? What are the stuff things that I'm feeling really conjoined with? And when you're conjoined with mess, that's the problem, right? So then we're going to refine. So in refine, it's to say, I'm only going to take 3 tasks out of this or 3 pieces of emotion. And I'm going to do those 3 things. 3. That's all you need. You can start again. You can do it again next week. But this week is elimination week. So we are really looking for finished product all the way through. So then we have refine, resolve, right? What's my step forward? What's my step forward? And that's really saying these are the promises I'll do to myself. And from prosperity mindset, resolve is to say I have agency. I feel that I have the power to do that. Resolve is a powerful tool. It is to say this is how my brain will solve this. Resolve. This is how my brain is going to find this complete. I will do this. And what will happen is you'll make a promise to yourself and you'll keep it. And every time you do that, it goes better. So there's resolve, and then there's revisit. And revisit is the timeline that you will come back to go, let me look at all the things I got done. Or let me look at what I'm going to do this. So in our elimination week, it is, right, Sunday to Sunday. So we make the goal on the first Sunday. We take all the pictures of what you're doing. We take pictures of everything that we're trying to do. We take a picture of your inbox, take a picture of how many pictures you haven't sorted, right? We take all of the pictures on the first Sunday. And then every day we work that through. We define what your reward is going to be at the end of the week. So then you just start to work through that process, right? Review all the things that are going to be done, refine this down to the top 3, and then we're going to look for the resolutions. How can I hit these top 3 that are bugging me the most? And for those of you who are looking at this advanced part, then many of you will be batching things. You'll be looking for incompletes. You'll be name plating. For those of you who are just starting, you're going to pick one project, and most likely it's around paper or it's around virtual paper. Whereas those of you who have done this a long time, your inbox is in order. So think about that. You will need boxes. So if you are in elimination week, and what are you going to do on Sunday? What's the resolve that you can do, right, in this today? Today is to go, I'm going to put 3 boxes out, and I'm going to put some names on those 3 boxes. And that's name plating those boxes. And so sometimes they're like, here's things I'm going to give away. I love the question that my other prosperity friend gave me, which is, do I like this thing? She's like, hold the thing to you and go, would I rather have the money for this? And so she literally she has an amazing process where she brings everything to a reseller. So so that also, she also has really nice stuff. But you know, that she's like, would I rather have the money for this? And so if she can bring it to somewhere else to resell, great. So the other thing that I like from another friend is, does this serve me, right? So she looks at that object and goes, does this serve me, and how? And where would it serve? Where does this belong in my life? Where does this belong in my life? And so that's really advanced pieces. The last thing I'm going to remind you about is that 27 concept for feng shui, which is, right, 2 + 7 = 9. And then 9 is that completion. It's a full cycle. So they're saying move 27 items in your house. And of course, it's elimination week. So we're saying move them out. But move 27 items out of your life. And that will help kind of put this together. What I like about the 27 items is it's a quick way to just go, okay, let me count out 27, and then I'm done for that day. And that resolve, that number 4, right, resolve, most people are starting this question with number 4 as number 1, right? Well, I'm saying start with the reward. Your brain will thank me for that. Your brain will thank you for that. But most people are like, and I will do this and this and this and this. It actually doesn't make it it doesn't make it fun. So this is a time where you get to use my wisdom, right? My thoughts, my experiences, and my learning over 24 years of doing this with executives all over the world is use my wisdom, right? The 5 R's. It's great. Start with the reward. It's so much better. It's so much better. So elimination week, I hope you have a really fun week. It's really, it's a go-getter. It will make you feel, it just makes you feel better. It just makes you feel better. And a lot of times, some of you will just start with cleaning, just basic cleaning, or getting your laundry done, or sorting your socks, or whatever. Some of you are going to be doing really big projects. So like, you know, building your future. So whatever is supportive in this week is do that, but don't get sidetracked. The point of the week is elimination. It is elimination week, getting things out that you aren't there. So if you took 2 pictures of that squirrel, maybe you only need 1. And if you have 10 copies of the same thing, maybe you don't need 10 copies. So it's elimination week. So think of 27 things that you can just out of here and do it every day. All right. Well, I will see you soon. Again, if you are watching this in a replay, definitely put in any before and after pictures. Definitely put in the things that are working for you. Definitely put in anything that is a tool. What is interesting about videos like this is it's not the video that's always the most exciting. It is often the things we write in the description page underneath it and what other people have to say. So please bring your magic, because that is the point of these videos, is that you have a lot to offer. So, okay. Thank you so much. I will see you in class. Bye.